Jeffrey Allen Widener from MassageChairRelief.com, and today is my bi-weekly massage chair industry update, and today is November 6th, 2013, and we've got lots of good stuff to go over today. It's an exciting time in the massage chair industry. Lots of changes, lots of new models. Of course, we have Christmas coming around the corner, and which is the busiest time of the year for us. But anyways, lots of other things I'll go into today and chit-chat with you about today. First of all, let's go into stock. The red Sonio is back ordered until November 13th. The genuine black leather is now in stock, which had been out of stock or back ordered for like a couple of months, it seemed. The OS 4000 brown is back ordered until November 14th. The OS 7200H in brown is back ordered, but there's no ETA on that, no scheduled time for arrival. And the Pro Dreamer, the new OS 3D Pro Dreamer in brown is back ordered, but there's no estimated time of arrival for that one either. The Taupe IT 7800 is back ordered with no estimated time of arrival. And finally, as far as the stock goes, I think everybody else is doing good. Panasonic, Human Touch, Kosia, Omega, all the rest of them I believe have stock and they're good. I will tell you that the black or the Iyashi chair, Infinite Therapeutics just announced yesterday that they're bringing in a black interior synthetic leather color to add to their inventory of berry red and caramel tan. And I've seen pictures of the black. I put them up on the website. You can see the black Iyashi. It's a beautiful color, very nice contrast from the white exterior frame. And that chair will be available on December 6th, so in time for the holidays. But if you want to get a black Iyashi, black interior, not black exterior, and I know a lot of people would like to see a different color than white on the outside of the Iyashi, but for now it's still white. In my interview with Jim Coppins, who's the VP of Infinite Therapeutics, it's a 3-part interview, and you can see it on YouTube or on our blog. But we talked about that, and they're working on some prototypes for a different color of the exteriors for a black. But if it's going to happen, and it may not, but if it's going to happen, it'll be next year sometime. But anyways, the interior color now on the Iyashi has a black option, which is a very sharp looking chair. Okay, now I've posted some videos on our web or on our YouTube channel, videos of my visit to Dallas, Texas. As you know, I went to Dallas 2 weeks ago and visited Osaki and Larocco, the makers of the iRobotics 6S chair. Had a wonderful visit, and I recorded some video footage of both places. It's a little bit more extensive with the Larocco visit because they do assembly there and manufacturing and testing and all the electronic components are made there. They have a showroom and of course a warehouse, and I videotaped all of that of my visit through there. Osaki is essentially a showroom, their corporate offices, and a warehouse. They don't do manufacturing or assembly there, so it wasn't as extensive a tour. Osaki does have a new warehouse that they showed me while I was there. They're moving to 70,000 square foot showroom or headquarters. There in Dallas, and they took me there, and we went on a tour of the place, and it was huge. It was enormous. Very reminiscent. The warehouse was very reminiscent of the size of the Human Touch warehouse. Just seemed endless. But they will be sending me some footage of that when they're moved in, and they're moving in currently, so it's going to take a couple weeks to do so. They were in the middle of moving when I was there. But anyways, there's some video footage of my visit to Texas, 2 different parts. I think there's one video for the Osaki visit, and I broke up the Larocco visit into two videos. So go ahead on YouTube and take a look at those videos to see what's cooking in those places. It was really a fun visit, by the way. The people there, and I can't remember if I talked about this on my last massage chair industry update, but the people were so kind to me. Michael and Steven and Chris and Manuel and Jack over at Osaki were just very, very kind to me. We had a wonderful time together. It was great getting to try out all their new chairs, and they've had so many new models lately, and I'm going to get into some of that a little bit later in this recording as well. And Kevin, Manthan, and Bryce over at Larocco were just outstanding. Patty were very, very hospitable and wonderful. They showed me around the place. All the doors were opened, all the curtains were pulled back, and I got to see everything they did over there. Had a wonderful time. It's just so much fun. I just love massage chairs in the whole industry so dang much. Every time I go to one of these places, it's such a thrill. And I hope that my reporting of it to you and giving you the detailed inside information to these companies as we visit them. And I've, of course, as you know, I visited Human Touch before. I visited Inada. It makes for a lot of great information for those of you who are massage chair enthusiasts, as am I. Also, as I mentioned, I recorded the Jim Coppins interview. Jim Coppins is the VP of Infinite Therapeutics. I interviewed him over a year ago, just after we became a retailer for them. And we revisited that interview and talked about a bunch of other things, including the new Iyashi, the IT8100, which came out since that initial interview. And we had a great conversation, broke that up into 3 videos as well. And you can see those on our YouTube channel or on my blog. But there's some good information in there. They're working on a model that may come out, well, it will come out next year. They don't know when. Jim mentioned that depending on the complexity of the chair, it could take anywhere from 6 to 18 months from concept to launch on a new chair model. And they're working on one for, hopefully it'll be out next year. But wonderful interview, great interview. And I might just mention that last week I interviewed, on Halloween morning, on the morning of Halloween Day, I interviewed Kevin, Bryce, and Manthan from Larocco as a follow-up to my visit there a couple of weeks ago. We did a Skype interview, and I've broken that up into 3 videos as well, 3 parts, and we will start posting those next week. But there is some good information there, some good stuff we talked about, some things that are very unique to Larocco, because it's the only company that actually assembles their chairs here, tests every one of their chairs here, and manufactures a good portion of the chair here in the United States. So there's a lot to talk about that's a little bit more technical and engineering oriented, as opposed to most of the other places which import their chairs, and it's mostly just they have headquarters which are vehicles for distribution. So there's a little bit more going on at Larocco. They just have the one model that we sell, but there is more that as far as the technical stuff that goes on there, and we're excited to share that with you when it comes out next week. Also. Oh, you know what? We got the new Cyber in the showroom. I got 2 new chairs last week. It was like Christmas morning for me. Of course, I had to pay for them, but it still felt like Christmas. We got the IT8100, which is their it's not the 7,800 price tag. It's in the 2,695 price tag, kind of lower to mid range price tag. And I sat on it briefly. I will be doing a review on it more comprehensively next week. We also got the Osaki 3D Pro Cyber, which we got last Thursday or Friday as well, and I've already done a review on that. I mean, I've taken the notes. All the notes are on this pad of paper, and I will be transcribing those notes or converting those notes into an actual blog post review later today or tomorrow. So I'll have that up, and you can read my review on the Cyber. I really like the Cyber. It kind of reminds me of it looks like a much more contemporary, sleek-looking 7075, but with a better feel and comfort level in the chair. And you have the 3D massage rollers, which you can move these rollers as much as almost 3.5 inches forward. And when you have okay, the 3D, as I've explained before, 3D means that the rollers can move forward and back. Most of the chairs up to this point have been static. So what the intensity you get is the intensity you get. You cannot adjust it unless you put a back pad behind you to dampen the intensity. Well, this 3D moves the rollers forward and back, and on this Cyber, as well as the OS 3D Pro Dreamer, which we got a couple of months ago, that thing moved, those rollers move 3 to 3.5 inches forward. And I'm telling you something, that if you want a deep tissue massage, this 3D stuff is fantastic, and it will move you. As a matter of fact, I sat on the Dreamer and the Cyber, between the two of them, for about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, on Monday. And when I came off of the chairs, I actually felt a little bit of motion sickness, because it had moved me so much that it kind of it actually got to me for sitting on it too long. And usually, if you have any kind of feeling like that, it's very transient and temporary. You won't feel it on the next time around. Or usually those kinds of feelings are gone within a few sessions on the chair. But man, I'm telling you, I really like this Cyber chair. It's a decently priced chair, very nice looking chair, great feature set, foot rollers. It has a 3D massage. It's got a nicer speaker system than the Pro Dreamer has. It's got nice arm airbags. It's got the little nobules on the arm airbag on the or airbag covers to kind of hold your arms in, kind of like the Yashi did. It has zero gravity, two zero gravity positions. It has a good stretch program. Anyways, just a very good chair. Really, really like that chair a lot. And for those of you who are, who don't want to get the 7075, and there have been some problems with the 7075, to be quite candid with you, this Cyber might just be the ticket. And this thing, I really like it. But I'm going to write the review. You can take a look at the review, and the next day or two I'll have it up on the website. And then I'll also review a review on the 8100 pretty soon as well. Hopefully next week I'll have that up as well. We will probably be carrying a new line called the Johnson line. It's from a company called, I think, Inner Balance. They're out of Wisconsin. And the reason that I'm attracted to these chairs, or what attracted me to them, I don't think they're a well-known brand just yet. I've seen them on a few other websites out there. But periodically I'll do some homework on some of these chairs to see what's out there, and I'm going to tie this in with another topic that I want to talk about today, which is why don't we carry some of the brands? I mean, some massage chair sites carry every brand under the sun, and I get asked once in a while, not very often, but once in a while, why don't you carry these other chairs, these other brand name chairs, or no name brand chairs for that matter? Well, one of the reasons is because of the warranty. I'm a real stickler for warranties. All the chairs that I carry have a parts and labor in-home warranty. And after the in-home warranty is done, if you've got a parts warranty, and they will send you the parts, and they will coach you on how to install the parts if you need help. Some of these other chair companies, they have lower prices, but they also have lower tech support or customer support. They will not have, and it can vary. There's different reasons. Some, they don't have a labor component for their warranty. So their first year, it might just be 1 to 5 years or 10 years of parts, but no labor. Well, actually, nobody has 10 years of parts, but 10 years of structure, frame, things that probably will never go wrong with the chair. But I like to see labor. I like to see in-home labor on these chairs, at least for the first year. And then good customer support for the parts portion of the labor after the in-home warranty expires. Well, some of these companies don't have that. Or if there is a problem with the chair, you have to ship the chair back to them to have it fixed. Or to have it replaced, you have to ship it to them to have it replaced. They will not come out and replace the chair for you. And I don't like that. And that's just my own personal preference. I want my chair to be taken care of. And I want people to come to my home. If the chair needs to be replaced, I want them to come and get it, box it up and take it out, and bring the replacement to me. I'm kind of a stickler that way. And so these companies that I represent have that kind of support. And even though some of the companies are not extremely popular, and others are very, very popular, the customer support is very, very important to me. And I like that. Well, that's one of the reasons why we don't carry some of these no-name brands. Number one, I don't, well, and I've talked about this in the blog post in my article library, but some companies are just being run out of a fellow's garage or out of a home. And they don't have a network of technicians that they've outsourced their warranty work to around the country, and that stuff just makes me nervous. Or they sell their products just on eBay, and there's nobody there to really guarantee that 5 years from now that company's going to be around and they're going to have customer support. Now they may be just a great company and they're just a company in the making, but in the infantile state, I'm not willing to gamble my reputation or the contentment and happiness of my paying customers who are paying thousands of dollars when we're not sure if they're going to get good customer support or not. So that's one of the reasons why I don't carry every model under the sun.